viewers, welcome back to my channel. Been a while, haven't been able to get out here at the right time to film because of other commitments, and it's too hot during the day. Well, it gets too hot after about 10 o'clock to be fair, so we're tipping up and out of bed to take the boys out at 6 o'clock to get them out before it gets too hot. The good thing about that is I'm out here in the greenhouse by 8 o'clock and I'm done by about 9:30. But there's more that needs doing but can't be done in this weather. We're having the most ridiculous heat wave in the UK and it now needs to finish. I have not one drop of rainwater left in the tanks, barrels, water butts, and I had 5 250 litre tubs and one 100 litre tub, all gone. So now it's a case of doing enough RO water. So I've bought a tub just for RO water, but we're now banned from using hose pipes. So it goes on. The good news is the roof vents are fixed and they're now opening properly. Except having said that, I can see one that's still not opening. So I'm guessing he'll need a new cylinder as well. Now what we're looking at there is hibiscus that I've mounted that are coming into bloom and doing okay. I can grow them when they're mounted. They bloom when I'm mounting them. Now what we've got there is Dendrobium cerula. Actually I'm looking at the wrong one. There we have Dendrobium cerula, which is just about going over now. All these flowers have been open quite a while. They're just about to finish is Kuniko, and there, not many left, is Victoria Pinky, I thought it was, which is another Victoria Regina cross. And at the back there, the red golden whizzy eye is flowering. We have nothing there apart from this little dink. Ouch, that was my head. Look at him. Isn't that glorious colour? I think it's peach fuzz. No, I lied. It's falcata crossed with Pavicii. Very small flower because falcata's huge. We have this in flower. With 3 flowers open now, 1 to go. This beautiful thing is called convolutum. Just look at the colours. That green is so beautiful. I just love it. I just love it. And here we've got a pora blossom, but I've lost the tag to it. These dinky little flowers will be open soon. What I wanted to show you was up here. bit higher, there you go. Now this is the one that was flowering last September and flowered through to February, March time this year. As you can see, we're in August and it has burst into flower again. I think there is just that section there, it's not quite open. So he is stunning. I've got one Tolumnia left with a flower on. That's going over. Let's do that. That's all there is left of all the Tolumnias that were flowering. But what we have here is Lamurella Dracula. It's a warmer growing Dracula. No, Dracula. But I've put it in the intermediate house. There we have yet more slug damage. This is another Sulawesians crossed with, oh, it's not another. I was going to say Victoria Regina, but it's not. Sulawesians crossed with Lawesii. And they're just about to open. Flowers are taking on the look of more of Sulawesians. And up there, if I can get there, there's a single lone flower left. Let's go out that way. There. On Hercoglossum. Didn't do very well this year, but I got the winter wrong on it, I think. Now, we have one lot of we have one more Neo with a flower spike on. And this one is Gojo Fukurin. He's flowered already and for some reason decided to put up the flower that didn't mature when the others. The heat has been difficult to cope with the Neos, and mealybugs have been a nightmare. And I can't get them under control, and lots were getting to the flower spikes before, so yet again we've had a poor summer with Neos. A few flowers, but none that were anything to write home about, or that I even got to film. I did take some pictures, but that's about all on here. So what we can, well, I'm going to do things differently. I've repotted a lot over there. Weaker plants, taken them out of moss, which is where you have the most trouble with mealybugs, and they're in bark. And they're getting watered once a week, nothing else, because somebody I spoke to has been trying it and it's working. But the thing I can't bring under control without, I've even tried, not this year I haven't, but I've even tried mealybug larvae and mites to keep them under control. What we also had, because that wasn't enough, was thrips. So it's been one hell of a summer. It's way too hot for me, and I'm doing this quickly because it's already too hot in this greenhouse and I need my coffee. But look what's still flowering. That is the best flowering it's ever had. Heliwiggianum crossed with Violaceum. And I love it. Doing beautifully. That is. No matter what I do, I still see mealybugs. Every day I could pick this lot up and I would still see a mealybug. And I am picking it up most days, to be fair, when I can spend time in here. But there's others coming on. This one went backwards. But I've repotted it and we've got new growth growing and we've got flower on and we've got more flowers coming there. And look. Mealybugs in there. Just getting those flower bugs. The trouble with the larvae and the mites, predator mites, is that for a certain length of time you cannot use pesticide. So I'm going to order some on Friday, and I'm trying this week not to put anything on these at all and just catch what I can. And then I'm going to order the mites and the larvae. And if that doesn't work, I shall curse and swear quite a lot, because I just give up. It's bad enough coping with this weather and keeping them, you know, up to spec, but I've never known a summer like it for it. And the conditions are not good. We've got some nice variegated niliforms that I bought back from Malvern. Are doing well. That wasn't one of them. This is another one that I bought somewhere else a year or so ago. Variegated type, and he's doing well. Oh, and I like this one as well. He's coming on nicely now. Different variegation. Dendrobium maniliform suisse. We've had a couple of flowers, but they're all thinking about growing. It's recovering these I've been trying to do. And that's another new one. Markings on that leaf. Taiku, that one's called. And the mealybugs love dendrobiums as well. They are a nightmare. But unfortunately, keeping the dog cool is taking more of my time in this weather. I don't know how he survives. I don't know how he's still going, my poor old boy with the megaesophagus. But he's got a cooling mat that we put down for him. And we've now got well, we've had it for a while. We've got a cooling coat, which can go on in wet, but we're going out 6 o'clock. My husband takes him at 6 o'clock and I take the other two. And we've been doing it since the first heat wave, and now we've got this second heat wave coming over the next 6 days. It's not going to be nice. I've not even had my coffee yet, and it's nearly 10 o'clock. But I will go in and do that as soon as I've done this. I've just got to do this because I haven't put one out there for you guys for such a long time. Here we have, let me move this out of the way. One of my small Victoria Regina flowering. The other one's flowered already, but that's a lovely flower. I like it. Oh, and this one's finished flowering. Who is this? I think that's Valley Isle. Can't see from there. Yeah, that's Valley Isle. He's finishing flowering. So let us go next door. Where are the two? Using lots of leaves on these as well. Oh yes, look at this. Look at this. Cannibarense, Dendrobium cannibarense. Pretty insignificant to look at, really, but look at those flowers. So dinky, look at that. Near enough the same colour of the leaves, but they are stunning. Every year this comes back, dies off, and then grows its little socks off and flowers. Every year. We've had it a few years now. Oh, and what we haven't seen for a while, because I remossed it. Now that I've remossed it, it's very happy. It's Lepanthes telepergon flora. He's doing okay. And what we've got down here, we've missed the nobile that was in flower. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Manibina. Ornithocephalus manibina. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7 flower spikes. What I've got to do is get it off of here because we've lost a bit of the middle, and then put it on another mount. It's not cork bark, so that is not good. Nothing there. Oh, and look at this. A hibiki. Oops, in a pot. It's not dead and still flower, and it's just started flowering. Let's do you that way. The wrong way. But if you look again, it's a chatty looking plant though. It really is a chatty looking plant, which the slugs have been at. And I was talking to somebody the other day who said they came back from Malvern with some alpaca wool. Bits of alpaca wool. Little bits, you know, that would pull off and not come off as a whole fleece, because the fleece of an alpaca is quite expensive because the wool is expensive. And a first flowering on one of my newer frags that I bought from Orchids. Look at that. First time I flowered it. Fisher eye crossed with Bessie eye. Pretty little thing. Pretty little thing. Oh, and look over there. Now there's a tail. Dendrobium formosum. I took out of that horrible coconut bark. I've never yet succeeded in growing on a formosum once I've flowered it. And let's be fair, this is the best flowering I've ever managed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 flowers on that spike, but I'm convinced it's going to die, and it's only flowering its heart out as a last ditch effort, because it hasn't put on any roots. As you can see, it's lost all of its canes. It's not put out any new growth. These are supposed to be temperamental, and this one certainly doesn't like me. I've got another one that I have flowered that isn't looking good. Infundibulum's okay. But I've tried 3 of these now. And if I remember rightly, Roger said his isn't doing so well. And his is newer than mine. But everything you read about them tells you that they're difficult to grow. Well, guess what? They're right. Look at that. Dendrobium wattii. Black hair type. It's got another one there. Look at the length of that growth. Because here's the flower. And right back up there is the mount. And we've got, there is where that flower spike finishes. And here is a new one. You see this one's growing on. This one's a black hair type and it's growing on. It flowers. This is it was a tiny one when I got it. And now it's growing beautifully. As you can see, it's growing on a fully flowered cane. And we've got 2, that's a new growth growing on. So I love that. And right up there we have a unicum that didn't flower when the others flowered, which is totally random, I guess. But the flowers are not lasting so long in this heat. In fact, it's 10 o'clock. What is the humidity in here, please? Oh no, don't need to put the fogger on yet. It's 96%. And we're still quite shady. Why aren't you opening? Roof vent, I guess you're another one that's going to keep me poor and want the mechanism changing, aren't you? Ah, there you go. Yeah, he wants the mechanism changing. So I've just pushed that open and it's flipped open. But, yeah, this has to be my favourite. And I've got a second one. So I asked Roger if he wanted the second one, and he said yes, after I showed him the flowers. It's a Latoria type, convolutum. And look, new growth is dying off though. But I need to repot it, so we need to get it sorted. This heat is not good for any of us, and that includes me. And I've got repotting to do on Sarcochilas, and I daren't start it in this heat. I have to wait a couple of weeks till it stops. But, look, there's another mealybug. What I've started doing is just dabbing bug spray on the end of a paintbrush. I'm getting them when I see them with that. Because to have mites, you've got to have something that's for them to feed on, otherwise you're wasting your money. And I think it's going to cost me nearly £100 to buy the mites to go in here. Oh God, if it works this summer. I would be really grateful for that. The Cuspetsonii are growing more flowers. They've had one little go. This one's gone off. He's flowered and flowered and flowered. I need to give him some water actually. But these new ones are all the kikis that I grew. Put them in one pot. He should flower soon. So, not much, but we have been busy. Hopefully it won't be too long before the next one. I need to go in and have coffee, but I've got to finish watering spraying some of the neos that need some water, and then I'll do it. So take care everyone, Got a couple of orchids coming this week actually, so we should have an unboxing video. Hopefully they'll come tomorrow. But whether I can get out here and open them is... But that I can film in the conservatory in the afternoon when it's cooler. So, without coming anywhere near this place. But there's lots happening, and lots happened that you've missed, which is totally my fault, but I don't deal with this weather very well, and it's just awful. I hate the heat. And I've got to keep the dog cool as well. So, keeping this lot going without rainwater. Oh, here's one. I forgot about this. Solitary flower. Sulphurium. He's mounted. He doesn't appear to grow very quickly. And I'm loath to take him off and put him in a pot. See a flower shaped like Heliwiggianum. And I'm loath to put him in a pot. He reminds me of a Cuspitonia. I've got some more roots on that. I would put him in a pot. So I think we'll aim for that. And see what we can do. Because it should be okay. Are you okay up there? This one flowered well this year. For the first time in about 4 years. 5 spikes on. Mealybugs aren't interested in this one. I don't buy flipping plants to feed mealybugs. It's just not on. But there you go. I'll stop waffling. It's just ridiculous. You don't need to listen to my waffle. Look at this. Look at this flipping orchid. It's right back up there. God knows when it's going to flower or where from. What I did manage to get, which I forgot to show you, from Spysotic, is a very, very nice nester. So, hopefully, because they never seem to grow for me, but I've got an established plant with 3 canes, 4 canes, 1, 2, 3 big canes and a few little canes, but these this year, new canes, are doing well and growing on, so that's what we want. And this part of the greenhouse is not gonna, I'm not heating it as much as I did. It's going down to 10 degrees come what may this winter. I am not lying in those people's pockets. It's just not having it. Paying ridiculous amounts of money for our electricity. So anything that can't survive in this as a cooler house, we won't have. It'll die. But I've put a lot of stuff down the bottom because it won't survive out here. And this is now basically what's staying. So these don't grow in here; they grow down the bottom. So that's fine. Now I must leave you, and I'll catch you soon. Take care. Bye bye now.